Saturday will be the 78th anniversary of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. A Robbinsdale man has a newspaper clipping from that day, and he found it in the most unusual of places. Hundreds of people pass by this little free library outside of Elim Lutheran Church in downtown Robbinsdale every day.
Surprised they found this.
Back in midsummer, Jim Williams stopped by and found something special.
1941, December.
A newspaper from Honolulu on the day Pearl Harbor was bombed. It was stuffed inside a book.
I don't know, somebody just probably wanted it or something.
But Jim did want it, so he brought it to work to show his coworkers and staff.
Because of its color and the dates right there, looking at it like this, you go, oh, and all of a sudden you're very careful, you know, with it.
Yeah,
They helped him investigate whether it was an authentic copy or a reproduction.
Potentially a piece of history.
Upon closer inspection, it was a reproduction from the 1970s.
It still has some value.
But Jim just thought it was a very cool find.
Yeah, best thing they ever found.
It's so interesting, and it's so like Jim. He wasn't interested in the money. He just knew that this is an important piece of history.
Jim doesn't walk outside now that the weather is cold, but when it warms up, he'll be back walking and stopping at little free libraries all along the way.
Books or something, they find old stuff.
Volunteers in Maple Grove found a way to thank troops for their service to the country. More than 24 volunteers from Maple Grove's Beyond the Yellow Ribbon and Great River Energy put together care packages Thursday night. The boxes will be sent to military personnel overseas. The packages have plenty of things that the troops can use, such as personal hygiene items, sauces, candy, cookies, magazines, and other items.
So we're doing 250 boxes. We've been collecting things from around all of Maple Grove. Everything that we're packing, it's all been donated. So it's really a good cause. Hopefully they'll get them by Christmas.
Items in the care packages were donated from people in the community. A Crystal business and several law enforcement agencies are teaming up to bring warmth to the community.
And we're all here just giving back to the people that need coats for the winter because it's so cold here in Minnesota, and we just love to be a part of our communities.
Check out this site. Several police agencies answered the call, dropping off bags of winter gear. Osseo, New Hope, Crystal, Robbinsdale, and Dayton were some of the agencies participating. They all did their part to load up a Salvation Army truck. Standard Water Control Systems in Crystal sponsored the coat drive. The organizers say this is one of the largest coat drives they've ever held.
This year I kind of went overboard and I emailed a lot of departments, and this year we got 8 police departments involved in helping us.
Todd says the group collected about 1,200 coats so far. The warm gear will be distributed to the Salvation Army Harbor Light Center. And the holiday spirit came out in full force in Golden Valley today. Hundreds of Allianz Life employees formed a human chain to load a semi-truck with thousands of food, toys, and clothing items. The donations will go to 4 local nonprofits, including Prism.
We're seeing the need continue to grow. We've got about 85 new families every single month that are coming in to access the food shelf, which tells us that it's important that people be treated with dignity, that the needs are real, and that the community, the contributions and the support are needed more than ever.
Allianz employees also donated thousands of dollars to the charities. Prism received a check for $70,000. Brooklyn Park is continuing efforts to reduce pollutants when de-icing roads this winter. On average, the city goes through about 3,000 tons of salt each year. To lower that number and protect the environment, crews pre-wet roads so salt would stick onto streets instead of flowing into sewers, streams, and ponds. Crews also only salt the areas that need the most traction.
We also clean out the sewers on a regular basis, sweep the streets at least 3 times a year, and just focus on making sure that the sediment that might get into a stormwater pond, then we do dredge out and properly dispose of so that the water in the pond is at safe levels.
City officials remind residents that anytime there is more than 2 inches of snow or a snow emergency is declared, your car could be towed if parked on city streets. Now is the time of year to catch the best of student theater. Front Porch Musical Theater is producing Disney's Aladdin Jr. at the Rogers High School Performing Arts Center. Front Porch Musical Theater offers training in singing, acting, and dancing in a theatrical setting for children ages 5 and up from all over the Northwest Metro. They do one show per semester, and Aladdin Jr. provides the perfect show for big musical numbers.
We have a new choreographer on staff, and I think that when people see this show, they're going to use one word that I just have used all along, and that is it's an extravagant, just a spectacular show.
About 80 students make up 2 casts that perform the show on 2 weekends. The final show is Saturday, December 14th. Showtimes and ticket information all can be found on our website, ccxmedia.org. Elim Lutheran Church in Robbinsdale is busy rehearsing in preparation for a special concert on Sunday.
People who come to the concert can expect a wonderful blend of music and words that'll all tie into the theme of joy and peace.
Members of the Cooper High School Chamber Orchestra, Cooper High School Ensemble, and the Armstrong High School Chamber Singers will also contribute to the show. The free concert starts at 4 o'clock Sunday at Elim Lutheran Church. As we go to break, we'll leave you with a sneak peek of the music. Enjoy.
The 27th annual St. Paul Ice Fishing and Winter Sports Show is underway at the St. Paul River Center. Earlier this afternoon, we caught up with Hall of Fame angler Terry Tuma to ask him about the show and the upcoming ice fishing season.
It's a great opportunity to come and look at new products. There's a lot of new products here and purchasing products that you would like. There's a lot of show specials going on, and it's a great opportunity to just check out everything out. You know, if you're looking at, say, for instance, the wheelhouse, there's a ton of those here. Portable fish house, you can go on and on. What's new in ice fishing is probably going to be here.
You've got a seminar coming up on Saturday. Tell me about that.
Yes, it's a walleye seminar. It's 12 o'clock noon. Thank you for asking, John. And that's going to be, the topic will be ice fishing for walleyes, of course. But we're going to get a little bit more in depth. I call it, at the end of the seminar, I call it the mind game. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. A little different format than we normally do, because everybody, I think, relates to, you know, the how, whens, and wheres. But we're going to carry it a step beyond that.
After all the snow we had last weekend, pretty mild week of weather this week with some really cold weather coming in early next week. How is that going to set up for ice conditions, say, maybe the end of the next week?
I think it's going to be really, really good. As you mentioned, the real cold weather coming in, and fortunately enough, all the snow has melted, and our lake, for instance, has reopened and now refroze again. So if we don't get a ton of snow, we should be just in excellent shape. And even if it does snow, it's going to be that light, fluffy snow, not that wet snow like we had here a couple of weeks ago. So we should be in very, very good shape. And this is a show that everybody can get prepared for, John.
The ice fishing show runs through Sunday at the River Center in downtown St. Paul. Park Center's girls basketball team has faced some strong competition so far. They look to build on a 4-0 start as they open Northwest Suburban Conference play at Rogers. Rogers sophomore Elim has the hot hand early. This three puts the Royals up 8-4. She scores 19 points in the first half. But Park Center takes over. Adalia McKenzie with the steal, Lauren Frost, and then back to, behind the back pass there to McKenzie for the layup. And Park Center's ahead. Tanae Griffin drives and scores the left-hand layup. Park Center is out in front, 22-11. McKenzie hits a three from the top of the key on her way to a 27-point night, and the Pirates are rolling. Frost jumps into the passing lane, gets the steal. When the defense backs off, she goes all the way for 2 of her 16 points. It's 55-33 Pirates at halftime. Second half, and Griffin lights it up, scoring 2 with a power move inside. Park Center does slow down a bit to begin the second half. And after a 15-point first half, Griffin adds 16 more in the second half to finish with 31 points. Park Center improves to 5-0 with a 90-54 win over Rogers. In boys basketball on Saturday at the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic, the second-ranked Park Center boys will meet Eastridge at 7 o'clock at the Lindbergh Center. And other games involving local teams, Totino Grace plays Lakeville North at 9:30 a.m. Champlin Park faces Waseca at 11 a.m. Maranatha takes on Caledonia at noon. Wayzata meets Eastview at 2:15 p.m. And Hopkins plays Shakopee at 3:45. In Northwest Suburban Conference boys hockey Thursday, Armstrong-Cooper hosted at Spring Lake Park. Ben Anderson to Jack Campion, the Wings captain, scores 35 seconds in for a 1-0 lead. Evan Axel's shot doesn't get through, but Jack Potter's there on the loose puck. He scores, and it's 2-0 Armstrong-Cooper. Sam Crutchen breaks in alone for the Panthers, but a great kick save by AC goalie Owen Reeve denies him. Second period, Potter in pursuit of the loose puck, and a bad decision by the SLP goalie leaves Potter a shorthanded goal. Third period, Brandon Northrup to Nicholas Haugen. He snaps it home for another AC goal. The Wings glide to a 10-1 victory. They are now 4-1 on the season. That's all for sports. More news after this.